The Sun is square Saturn on the 21st, while the Sun is in Leo, and Saturn is currently transiting direct to the sign of Scorpio. I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Thank you for joining us. This is your Angelic Horoscope transmission for the week of the 16th of August through the 22nd of August. We're going to give you some of the most important planetary and astrological aspects that are occurring this week, and give you some of the angelic correspondences that will be influencing you and your life. The first important event this week is when Venus is retrograde in Leo, trine Uranus retrograde in Aries on the 19th. That's the 19th this week. Now, currently, what this means is Venus, the influence of the planet Venus and the angel Anael, is going to not want to continue the journey through Leo. Sort of a, I don't like where I am. That's the house of Verchiel. It's like, I don't want to be here kind of a thing. And the retrograde aspect makes it kind of slow down and be a little standoffish. Now, while this is happening, also the planet Uranus and the angelic force of the archangel Auriel is going to be also discontented with the transit and the journey through the sign of Aries, which is under the influence of the archangel Melchidael. So, like, this energy of Venus isn't happy, and the energy of Uranus isn't happy, so these two influences are going to make alliances together because they're not happy in their current situations. Now, of course, that's not forever, but that's just for now. And this is where commitment comes into play. People always are interested in how people feel. How people feel romantically is not going to dictate what people will actually do. What will dictate what people will actually do is the character of the individual. This is where the character of the individual comes into play when the planets are journeying through and transiting through various signs of the zodiac, and while retrograde aspects, transits are in effect. It depends on the character of the person. This is where what you do on Earth will affect what's going on in the heavens. Again, whatever you hold true on Earth, Christ told Peter, I'll hold true in heaven. All right. And I paraphrase. Now we're getting into the meaning of this event on the 19th. And we've put this, the information in the description box. You can see it also. The meaning is that no one right now, when it comes to business, wants to buy, and everybody wants to sell. And nobody, when it comes to love, wants to believe you. Everybody wants to get you to believe them. People want to be the one to hear, you give to me. So everybody wants to receive money or trust or preference or favor. That's what's going on. And these rivalries will increase and they will continue. Now, big business, or those who prefer cooperation and large corporations, are going to join forces with each other because of similar goals and values against people who are more independently minded and people who are more competitively minded. Health in the marketplace comes from competition and independence. And this will lead into what's going on the 21st as well when we get to the next highlight of this week that we want to go over. And again, this also has a lot to do with relationships, where perhaps big families or big organizations want to sort of, like the Borg, encompass smaller, more independent groups, be it a religion or be it a family, these kinds of things. So that's what's going on. And again, people will make alliances with people who are more like-minded. So this is the effect, again, of the Venus retrograde in Leo, trine Uranus retrograde in Aries, and the effects of the angel Anael traveling retrograde through the influence of the Archangel Verchiel, and the Angel of Uranus, which is Auriel, transiting through Aries, which is, and that's retrograde, through the influence of the Angel Melchidael. So you see, these retrograde influences can sometimes cause people to distance themselves from their current situation and then look for people of like mind to make alliances with. Again, these are temporary situations, and again, what will happen depends on the character of the individuals involved. All right. Now, on the 21st, the Sun is in Leo currently, and it's square on the 21st, Saturn in Scorpio. And Saturn, again, is currently direct in Scorpio. So, what does this mean? This means beware flirty fishing. And that's flirty fishing. They think it's something new with fishing spelled, with a PHI, that is more to do with online fishing for your information, fishing for this, fishing for that, whatever. But there's also this goes back probably to ancient times. A long time ago, people that were forming new Christian or Jesus freak types of churches used to send out people to flirty fish, to sort of flirt with people to get them to come to their church. So this is what's going on right now. So just understand that. And everybody's doing it. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you need to understand what's going on. So find where you feel most comfortable. They say get out of your comfort zone, get out of your comfort zone. And then as soon as they get you out of your comfort zone, then they can have their way with you when it comes to your finances. So just know that. Right now, you would do well until well after the blood moons that are going to go on in September. And October and November are very difficult months when it comes to these types of events. So you would do well to stay in your comfort zone and just attend what you're comfortable with more often if you're going to some kind of group or religion or whatever. You're better off staying with the family members that you have a good relationship with, or the neighbors or whatever, friends that you know. You're better off staying with people that you're established with, and you can venture out to do things, but still within the realm where you feel comfortable. You need, if you're going to do something new, make yourself comfortable. Don't put yourself into such a situation where you're going to become so upset and so nervous that you cannot function. It's simply a bad idea at this time, because it's a setup to get you uncomfortable so that you'll no longer do what you're doing and do what somebody else wants you to do. And now we're going to get into this again. Sun in Leo square Saturn in Scorpio on the 21st. Basically, competitors, your rivals, those who are your competitors in romance or in business, are going to want you to leave what you're comfortable with and what you're happy with, and get you and they want you to leave your sovereignty for the purpose of luring you into their lair, and then once they have you in there, to diminish you and then put you under their control, have everybody see that you're under their control, and then they will do away with you, and they will have done away with you and your sovereignty in business or in romance or in your family. This is the goal. Those who do that type of corporate thing well should do that. That's where you're comfortable. Those who do independent and sovereign businesses well should do that, because that's what you're good at. Do what you're good at. This is not a time to do what you're not good at. You can venture out of your comfort zone in your own realm, but to go to someone else's turf completely give in to them and submit to them, you will be overcome. And what will happen is, if you're not already one of them, they will simply use it to get rid of you. So anybody in a smaller business or anybody in an independent or sovereign situation needs to understand that. That's what's going on. And nobody needs to attack anybody. Just understand your own sovereignty and link up with people who are like you, who are also sovereign individuals, who also want to do their own thing, whether it comes, again, to a business situation or a romantic situation, a family situation, whatever that might entail. You'll be more successful if you know yourself and do what you know you're good at. And when you walk out of your comfort zone, that's not a baby step. You're just not doing, you have to, when it's raining, you bring an umbrella. It's that simple. If it's not raining, you don't. Right now, the situation is such that you should not do things that will get you too uncomfortable. You should not, because it won't end well for you. You need to stay in situations where you feel that you have some dominance and some supremacy in order to prevail. Now, we've also got our September blood moon videos for you up for each sign. You should watch those, because September is going to be an intense month. And also, we're going to link a Sun in Leo astrology angel magic video to the description box, so you can see how to remain strong and sovereign while the Sun is in Leo, or next year when the Sun's in Leo. And it's also something that you need to do in order to do well on the 21st, if you are someone who wants to remain sovereign. It's a ritual that will, utilizing, again, Psalm 119, and we're going to give you specific verses in that video and specific things to do and angels to invoke, because this is the angel Michael, that's the Sun, and Cassiel, who is for Saturn. And again, the Sun, Michael, is very comfortable in transiting through the sign of Leo and the Archangel Verchiel, that territory, whereas the competition will be with Cassiel, who is gaining influence from the sign of Scorpio, and Verchiel, the angel Verchiel, that's Verchiel's territory, and Cassiel's comfortable there. So the competition will be between Michael and Cassiel, Michael in the house of Verchiel and Cassiel in the house of Verchiel. You understand? I mean, this is the natural house. The Scorpio is the natural 8th house, and Leo's the natural 5th house. You understand? All right. This is going to be an important week. Next week is really going to be something. So stay tuned next week, because next week there are so many things going on. And again, this is all sort of in preparation for the blood moon and all the eclipse activity, a partial solar eclipse on the 13th in September, and a total lunar eclipse on the 27th in September, 28th, depending on which time zone you're talking about. But basically, we have all that up for you and all that covered in our videos. We have both time zones covered. Make sure we have Eastern covered in those videos, and also Greenwich Mean Time, just because it's an important event. So stay tuned for all of that. Thank you for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Pastor Rosemary, the Astrology Angel. Remember, we love you guys, and join us again next week.